Original holiday humor from Rubber Chicken, recycled art, and music from the Sterling Strings. Your playlist is next.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
They put a classy twist on the holidays. Tonight, a group of exceptional musicians literally take over the playlist. Please welcome the Sterling Strings. That is awesome. That is so fun, and I bet that gets stuck in your head for a long time. We have more music from the Sterling Strings coming up later in the show, but right now, sculptor David Everett can teach us a thing or two about what we throw away. His current project transforms our trash into recycled art.
No, we're gonna do the next trash fish first.
We take old radiators, break them down into little chunks, remelt the iron, and make that into art. So it perfectly suits David's work just because his work is always in some way about recycling.
And my haul from my last trip to the beach. I'm picking up trash from Lake Superior and its tributaries. That's a good starting point, I think. Fish scaly. I got someone's chemistry notes. Just your regular cans and styrofoam containers and bits of toys, cigarette butts, which I think are in all of them. Foam, you can form into anything you want.
The thing that's particularly exciting about David's work is it has this very casual quality in the way that he takes all these found objects and sort of combines them in this way that feels very organic.
Feels good, you know? Transform something. People can actually see what ends up in the lake and maybe think twice when they're discarding something.
It has this whole connection to the recycling and the environment. It also endangers the lives of animals, and he's making animals out of this debris. And his work has a lot of humor.
It started with these first two, and they kind of started to look like sea creatures. And I thought that was actually very appropriate. So I decided to run with it. Yeah, I think of that one more as like a bullhead or a catfish type creature. That's a flip-flop. Yeah, mostly flip-flops. Found a strange amount of those.
The iron casting captures all that detail and really transforms, debris into art.
Got a little better idea of what we got here. This one turned out nice, got some good texture. The sandal turned out really nice. I really love, I love plastic bags actually for this.
I guess they're kind of like fossils. You know, what is a fossil? It's evidence left behind of a living thing. And what is all this? This is all artifacts or evidence of our society.
The holiday season is a busy one for lots of us, so why not pause for parody? It seems like just the ticket. So please welcome Brian Matusek and Greg Anderson from the Rubber Chicken Theater Company. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you for having us.
It sounds like you guys went big with a flood of Christmas cheer this year's show. Tell us about it.
Well, it's our traditional year-end look back at some of the things that have happened in the news locally, regionally, and a little bit of national stuff too. And we just have some fun with it, like a local version of Saturday Night Live, where you just sit down and go, that was funny, that was funny, that was funny. How can we have some fun with it? And that's what we do.
I understand Greg has a starring role as a dancer.
Fantastic.
Is that true?
Well, I try. As best I can.
Yes, we have fun with the Gangnam style of dancing and Gregnum style.
Okay.
It's close enough.
Little local twist. So tell me a little bit about writing comedy, because it's got to be one of the hardest things to actually write.
It's one of the funnest, most fun aspects of it, I think, is you just sit around early on in the process. You sit around, and so you're sitting with your friends, and you're just brainstorming back and forth ideas about what would be funny, what wouldn't be funny, and then you just go from there.
So you're not creating it in a vacuum. Mm-hmm. You're with these other people who can tell you what's funny by laughing.
That's right.
You get a good sense of what's going to play to an audience.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't laugh,
then maybe we should move on to the next thing.
Okay.
And
tell me about this team. Are you all friends? Have you known each other for a long time, or who are these folks?
Yeah, sure. Actually, the current group that we've got, some folks have been doing it since the beginning. Greg's been involved with Rubber Chicken Christmas shows since the first one we did in 2008, and Minden Hultstrom also. But there's also some new people. Jeremy Churchill is somebody who's relatively new to the group, a writer. He's very funny. He's got a lot of great ideas. And there's some other folks that are relatively new to the group too. Anders Hultstrom is new as far as a writer. He hasn't been on stage yet, but he's for the Christmas shows. But it's just a fun group of people to be with, and that's, like I said, I've been doing this for a while now, and it's always that's the most fun part, is just sitting around with your friends and making jokes.
Just by the name of it, you know that you're spoofing off of the epic flood that happened here in June. Are all the jokes local? Can you be from other places and still get it, or is it really important that you are plugged into what's going on here?
Sure, there's more to talk about. I mean, there was an election this year. How could you miss that?
Yeah, there's lots, and then there's some just some fun sketches with the idea of Christmas and the holidays. And there's a great sketch Jeremy wrote that's very funny about a father who I play. I seem to play a lot of the fathers too. I'm not sure about that.
This year you got a lot of them.
Yeah, I know. But I was standing in line with a bunch of little kids, and Greg's one of the little kids, and waiting for Santa Claus. And that's just really funny. It just sort of starts out very innocently enough, and then goes downhill from there. But there's a lot of sketches. I think even if you're not necessarily from the Twin Ports, that you'll still have a wonderful time because it's just general silliness.
And all ages?
It's what I tell folks is it's certainly not Filthy or David Mamet, but it's like a Saturday Night Live sort of. If you don't have a problem with your kids watching Saturday Night Live, you would have no problem with the show. So.
Okay. Well, I understand you have a little sample of it, so I think I'm ready for a song.
All right.
You got one
let's do
for
a
us?
couple songs. Did I miss it? Oh no, here we go.
Country's dead broke, and it's no joke, stressed in every way, while in the air there's a feeling of despair. Presidents taxing, Boehners laughing, neither crumbs cross the aisle, and from every reporter you hear Fiscal cliff, it's end of days in the country. Ding-a-lings, hear them sing, soon it will be Judgment Day.
And this is where the audience applauds. Thank you. No. Thank you.
It's mostly
It's beginning to look a lot like Venice here in old Duluth. After 48 hours of rain that wouldn't go down the drain, and families now living on the roof. It's beginning to look a lot like Venice, water everywhere. But the scariest sight to view is the Lake Superior Zoo with no polar bear. It's sad.
Look, it's Christopher Walken.
All of a sudden, I'm like Superman. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is listening. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight. I'm walking in a winter wonderland. This ornament was on your daddy's Christmas tree when his marriage proposal was first shot down by your mommy. He was crestfallen. He locked himself inside a Bethlehem of his own mind. He knew that if the shepherds there ever saw this ornament, they'd confiscate it, take it away. And he'd be damned if he'd let any of those fictional herders of sheep get the dirty, grimy paws all over his little boy's birthright. So he hid it. And the only place in that stable that he knew he could hide it. In the ass.
Whoa!
Sounds like a good idea.
That is just a
tiny
taste,
taste.
correct?
Tiny.
So how many sketches are in this?
Oh gosh, there's like 20, probably 15, 20 sketches usually is a good 2-hour
Lots
show.
of carols,
Lots of
and
carols.
fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many is in the cast? How many
We have
do you
a
have?
cast of 6, yep. Nate St. Germain is not here. Kathy Bedeswa, Minden Hultstrom are the other 3.
Okay. And it starts, you've already started.
We opened
This
up
is-
last weekend, and it's every weekend in December and New Year's Eve.
And how have people reacted so far?
So far, so good. They've had a great time, especially when we have some of the local celebrities are in the show, and people seem to enjoy watching people that they see on TV doing other things they don't normally see them do, like dance.
It's
and so forth.
amazing what you get people to do.
Yes, it is.
Yes, the power of suggestion. Yes. So thank you very much and have a great run.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Now, just to know, the Rubber Chicken Holiday Review, A Flood of Christmas Cheer, runs weekends through December at the Spirit of the North Theater in the Fitgers Complex in Duluth. And tickets are available online. Now, meanwhile, the Duluth Art Institute has some of the most accomplished artists in the region. They're masters of their medium. Juror Ben Haywood spent a few minutes giving us his perspective on what makes good art.
So you're looking at the work blind, you're looking at the work just for the work itself, and that's how everybody should really look at art. You shouldn't look at the artist, you should look at the work, and that's very important. These are all things that have been attached to the picture frame and then glazed over the top. Something that you can just look at and just lose yourself into, just fall into the kind of meditation, the kind of dangerous, maybe a dangerous meditation of kind of culture and landscape. My name is Ben Hayward. I am the Executive Director of the Soap Factory Art Gallery in Minneapolis, and I am the juror for the 2012 Arrowhead Biennial. Again, something like this is just hilarious. And then again, there was a whole series of these, and you just want to display them all because they just look so great. And you just could totally imagine having this in your house, and it just being something that you have to share space with. And I think people have been asking me, well, what does this biennial tell you about what the Arrowhead, etc., is feeling at the moment? Well, I mean, the main thing that it's bringing out is there are a lot of really talented artists working here, and there's a lot of really interesting work, and there's a lot of really professional and well-made and thoughtful art making going on, and I think that's important.
In our gallery tonight, photography by Duluth artist Steve Ash, a painting called If Only for a Night by Adam Swanson, and a raku vessel from Christy Downing from Grand Marais. Now come spring, Christy's gallery KKD along Highway 61 will be open, and she hopes to invite everyone inside. Now, to make suggestions and watch episodes, visit our website at theplaylistonline.org. To find out about what's coming up, check out our Facebook page or follow Playlist MN on Twitter. And now please welcome back the Sterling Strings. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Hey, welcome to the playlist, all of you. It's really nice to have you. Isaac, you are the president of the Sterling Strings, so you drew the short straw or the tall one, depending on how you look at it. When I watch you guys rehearse and play together, tell me about this group. You seem like you all have a similar outlook, or you're in tune.
Yeah, we do. We all have a very good passion for music, and it kind of bonds us in a way that allows us to play really well together, and we all really care about the music we play, so it really helps us connect.
It shows, which is really cool. So how does one become a Sterling String?
Well, we're from Duluth East, so you have to be a student there, and we have auditions every year to replace the members we lose who are seniors. And we expect that you know your instrument and can play music along with us, but we also look for people who are passionate about music and are willing to put a lot of effort and time into this, and who are willing to, get the job done and play well together.
So give me a sense of the time commitment. I mean, any guesses how many gigs you've played just in December?
So far, just in December, probably 15 this year, and we have still more to go, so they really stack up.
That's just fantastic. And do you have favorite music that you
Oh.
like to play?
We all have favorite pieces.
What's your favorite piece?
My favorite from the holiday set list is Joy to the World, which we just played.
Okay, not the Grinch?
It's good too, but Joy to the World.
No, I understand as part of the Sterling Strings, you also are either required or invited to arrange pieces. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, every year our director, Mark Escala, has us choose a piece of music we'd like to arrange or compose, and then we play it together as a group, and it's just a classroom experience where we can learn how to write music and, you know, sound things differently, what parts we should give to the violins and the cellos, and it gives us a sense of what it makes to have a good piece, and it really helps us understand our music better.
And do you work on it together? I mean, do you play it, okay, this is what I got, and then get input from somebody
we do
who
that
plays?
all the time, yeah.
That's really fun. So what one did you do?
Last year I did The Death of Falstaff, which was the theme to the war by Ken Burns. Great film, so.
Okay, awesome. Do you have your eye on something for this year? Do you have to do it every year?
Yep, we have to do it every year. I haven't chosen my piece yet, but we do that later in the spring, so I still have time.
Okay, how much pressure should I put on you now? It's almost finals or something?
Yeah, come there.
And next gigs, tell me about what's coming up for you guys.
Tomorrow we're going to be playing at the Miller Hill Mall in front of Yonkers at 6 o'clock, and that's our holiday set list, just what we're playing tonight. And then Saturday night we'll be playing at the Duluth East Holiday Concert with the rest of the music staff at East, so that should be a good concert.
Okay, and you can get tickets through the deck, maybe,
Yes,
if
you
there's
can.
any left. That's
At
the
the
big
door, I
challenge. And then beyond that, what happens? I mean,
Just a few more gigs, local schools and stuff to close up the holiday season. And that's really our busiest time of the year is holiday season. So once December's passed, it clears up a little bit and we have a little more time.
okay. And you also perform as smaller groups, right? As quartets?
We do.
and-
We do many gigs as quartets. 4 of us will go and play at a party or something. And yep.
Yeah, what a fun way to really have a presence with your music. It's
It is
so
wonderful.
fantastic to listen and watch. So thank you guys for coming. It's been a blast to have
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to wish everybody a great holiday season and really encourage you to go out and take advantage of the great art and beautiful music all around us. Sterling Strings will play us out.